Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam and this is Battle of the Beast New Generation episode number 8. This will be the last battle video I'll be doing for today, and I don't know when the next one will be done because I normally like doing these videos when I'm home alone, and at the moment I am. So with that being said, let's get into this battle. But first of all, we need to see what the beasts are. So for these two beasts are rather interesting beasts in my opinion. One I prefer more than the other. Let's meet them. Tikron the Jungle Master versus Larnak the Swarming Menace. Excuse me. So yeah, we know which one I think we both know who I prefer more out of these two. But it'll be nice to know, looking at the other winners here, that there'll be one of them, a bug or a monkey, joining the others. Would be nice to see. But to give me a hand with this whole fight, I need to know a bit about them. So let's get to the stats.
Tikron, the Jungle Master. After laying eyes on this giant monkey beast for the first time, an adventurer might try to back away to a safe distance. But that won't stop Tikron from bursting eardrums with his deafening screech. With his whip-like tail and terrible claws, Tikron is a ferocious opponent at both long and short range. Not to mention his terrible other abilities from agility, tail whipping, sharp claws, and protection from spears. Also, these stats are pretty effective, I'd say, so look out for the angry monkey is amongst us.
Larnak, the Swarming Menace. This giant locust-like beast has 6 jointed legs and 2 pairs of wings. Her segmented body has a hard exoskeleton with arrow-like spines. Her feet secrete, an oozing substance that traps her victims like glue, before Larnak wraps them up into a cocoon until she is ready to devour them. Looking at her awesome stats, shell armor, sharp claws, screeching wing beats, wind summoning, reform/deformment, and flight, she's gonna prove quite a challenge in the tournament. So, that's all I've gotta say. Let's get to the battle!
3, 2, 1!
Battle! Okay, Tikron versus Larnak. Let's get into this. So, as both beasts exit from their chambers, Tikron swings out. This is the jungle environment, by the way. Tikron swings out and grabs onto a branch, swings around it, and lands on top of it, looking towards the other side of the arena. And through the sky chamber door, a swarm of what looks like locusts just starts swarming out, swirling into a cloud, and Larnak in his full form appears. Tikron screeches with in intimidation, and Larnak is a bit shaken by that because loud noise is not good for bugs. But just gives a very loud buzzing back to equal out the screech, so then it doesn't affect him as much. Tikron starts swinging his way towards Larnak. Larnak waits there, and at the last second he moves out of the way, slashing at Tikron in the process, and slashes him on the back, just there. Tikron feels the pain and grabs onto a branch for collapsing onto the ground. And what Larnak has also done, he left some locusts on that wound, and recreating the stabias, some of the locusts just crawl inside of Tikron. Without Tikron realising, though, he didn't realise that. What Tikron does, he swings back and was missing again intentionally. He whips his tail out and wraps it around one of Larnak's claws, or the arm ligament? I don't know. But the arm that's connects into one of the claws, swings around and lands on top of lands on top of Larnak, pushing Larnak down a bit, But Tikron also feels pain because of the spikes that's along Larnak's entire exoskeleton. Ignoring the pain though, Tikron balls his fist and starts slamming his fist into Larnak. Larnak is feeling the pain and decides, hey, I could use this to my advantage. So what he does is he ignores the pain, flies up as high as he can, and just dissipates into a swarm form, causing Tikron to fall down. Larnak then reforms into just the Tikron swarm, just go into the ball, then just shoot directly as a jet towards Tikron's stomach. They all plough down into Tikron, pushing him faster and faster towards the ground. Tikron tries to grab onto a branch but misses all of them, and he gets pummeled into the ground. A bunch of dust spews up, covering Tikron. Larnak gets away, goes into his proper form, looking down towards that, and Tikron makes his way out of the mound that's shaped like him now. Coming out of the dust, just trying to get all the dust out of his eyes, screeches in fury. Larnak, just feeling a bit of the pain, tries to buzz it out. And Larnak dives down towards Tikron. Tikron tries to jump out of the way, but and succeeds, whilst Larnak goes directly into the ground. Not burrows though, doesn't burrow, just collapses into the ground. And Tikron jumps back down, smashes his claws, smashes his hands onto Larnak, making a head indent of Larnak. Larnak retaliates by swinging around and slashing Tikron in the face, like just going over the entire face. Tikron reels back from the pain, whips with his tail at Larnak, wraps it around one of Larnak's arms, and pulls it down to the side, just making Larnak topple over. And Larnak and Tikron on top of Larnak now, pins him down, just screeching into his ear, making the bugs uncomfortable. But Larnak just goes into a swarm form and reforms directly above Tikron, pinning him down, digging his claws into the arms and body of Tikron. Tikron goes to whip Larnak's arms again to make him fall off, but Larnak saw that this time and reforms an extra joint on top of his shell to grab onto the tail, and then starts pulling at the tail whilst he's pinning Tikron down. Just until the point where Tikron hears a bone snap and his tail is now completely off, lying down in front of him. Tikron screeches in pain, tries to scratch and get up off Larnak. Larnak decides to get off Tikron, but reforms himself to where he's bounding Tikron's wrists and ankles around a bunch of locusts that are formed together, joined together, tied up by a tree. So he's literally strung up by 4 different trees. And what the rest of Larnak decides to do is swarm up, go into a bow shape, clearly getting inspiration from Cressa here, and bow and arrow shape, pulls back and shoots the arrow of locust towards Tikron, right in where the heart is. It hits Tikron and actually impales him, but it wasn't at the heart though, because their accuracy was a bit off. Tikron screeches in pain and tries to get out, but he can't. And the rest of Larnak just swarms down towards Tikron, where he's just being attacked by the locusts very violently, to where he forms up into all his glory whilst Tikron's being released from his bounds, just lying down, trying to regain himself. Tikron uses one of his claws, grabs onto Tikron's head just over here, and starts clawing at the scalp, just clawing and clawing, to the point where he gets bored of that and grabs on top of Tikron's head and underneath Tikron's jaw to shut him up, and just snaps his neck right then and there. Tikron's body just collapses down to the ground, and Larnak goes to his swarm form and goes back into his chamber. So with that, Larnak has won, Tikron has lost. Wow, Larnak is very aggressive. So I think we know who the aggressive beast of the season will be. But if you think Tikron should have won, please in the comments below why you think that. Most bugs can get a bit deformed by the loud noise, but as Larnak can give out a loud buzzing noise to drown out the screech from Tikron, that is why I didn't make Larnak just fall down to the ground immediately from that. It balanced out, and Larnak was able to drown out the screecher, making him a bit sturdier, but he did still hear that screech. Basically, I think I knew Tikron was going to lose when his tail got taken off, because with it, when he's pinned down, then and his tail is broken or not working, then it's not going to help him. But with that being said, Larnak's won, Tikron's lost. Like I said, if you think Tikron should have won, please in the comments below why you think that. Unfortunately, Tikron will be moving on to round 2. No, Larnak will be moving on to round 2, whilst Tikron will be just stuck in round 1, I guess. Maybe better luck next time in the All Generations tournament, maybe. But with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. This is my last Battle of the Beast video for today, because I think 5 battles is enough for Lucas, because he is editing them. I told him it'll be 4, but I like even numbers, so I'm doing 5. I know that's an odd number, but now we have 8 battles in total. So I'll be doing them in sets of 2 or 4 from now on. But until then, peace out. I missed the button. Peace out.